Hi friends and welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about flying with a cat on an airplane. Here's the hero, his name is Mishka. He flew all the way from Canada to Portugal. So if you're interested in learning more about documents, process, vaccines and all that kind of stuff, then keep on watching! Keep on watching. You have decided to travel with your cat on a plane. Alright, I'm gonna tell you everything I know about traveling with your cat. But make sure to watch this video till the very end to learn more about the process, to learn more about the documents and all the helpful information that you might need while traveling with your cat. Let's go. Let's start with the documents. Documents vary from country to country, so make sure to check that online before moving to another country. And check those documents in advance, I mean like 2-3 months beforehand, because there might be a requirement to get some vaccines done a month, 3 weeks before the flight. This way you won't be shocked when you open the link. First of all, most of the countries ask you to have your cat microchipped. This way, if the cat gets lost or something, they can identify the cat and see who is the owner. But the thing is, check countries' requirements for the microchip, because if, let's say, they support A and B and you have microchip C because your cat is old, or there's some kind of difference in the microchips, you will need to bring the microchip scanner so people at the vet control can scan your cat's chip. I would also recommend you getting a tag for your cat, so in case the cat goes missing or something happens, the cat will have this tag with your information on it. The second thing you need for traveling with your cat is vaccination. Aside from the basic ones that you get when you get a cat, you will need rabies vaccination. And here's the tricky part, because you need to get the vaccination 21 days before the flight, at least 21 days. If you're coming from a rabies-free or a rabies-controlled country, for you it's 21 days. If you're coming from a red zone, aka high rabies country, you might need to get an additional test for your cat. For us, we had to wait 21 days after the rabies vaccination so we could travel with the cat. That's the requirement from Portugal, I think from European Union in general. So if you're moving to Europe, then 21 days at least. Another thing that you'll need for traveling with a cat is a health certificate. That's basically a piece of paper saying your cat is okay, you're not selling your cat, the cat in good health, everything is perfect. So basically you just go to your vet saying, hey, we're traveling in a month, we need to get a health certificate. You bring the cat, the vet examines the cat, looks that everything is perfect, signs the paper, and then you go with this paper. In my case, it was CFIA, so Canadian Food Inspection Agency, so they inspect all the, plants, animals coming in and from Canada. But don't forget to ask your vet if they have a health certificate. In my case, I had to bring the health certificate and the vet just signed the paper after checking the cat. After you got your health certificate signed, your cat is okay, you'll need to go to authorities to endorse their certificate. As I've mentioned before, for me it was CFIA, so I messaged them, I called them, I was like, hey guys, I need to endorse my certificate, when can I come? And that's a very important step, because you cannot just show up and be like, hey, I have this paper, can you please sign? No, you'll need to schedule an appointment. You'll need to pay a fee. I think in my case it was around like 30-40 bucks. And then you will need to come with your paper. Attention, you do not need to bring your cat with you. They say it everywhere, but I guess people still do that. You just literally bring a piece of paper and that's it. It literally took me 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe even less. And here I would also add that you'll need to call the local and the foreign airports to tell them, hey, I'll be bringing the cat. Can we schedule, like a vet control thingy? In Canada, they didn't check the cat at all. We just had to pass through the security. In Portugal, I emailed the airport and they said, okay, we'll be waiting for you. You'll also need to pay like 30-40 bucks again. It's all about like 30 bucks. And then when we came to Portugal, I went to the vet control and they checked the papers, verified everything, and they were like, all good, you can go. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. This way YouTube understands that video is really good and is gonna show it to other users too. Go like this video. Let's talk about a very important thing, carrier. When traveling with a cat, it's crucial to get a good carrier? First of all, the sizes vary from airline to airline. For me, when we were trying to buy tickets, I was checking the carrier requirements first, because some airlines, for example, TAP Air, they literally had like space for a kitten or something. My cat will never fit into those requirements. We flew Air Canada and their carrier requirements were, I think, almost twice bigger than TAP Air. So that's important. Also, measure your carrier to see what's up. Maybe you'll need to get a new one. Maybe like, a collapsible one. We have a hard carrier, I guess. At first, I was like, it's not super convenient because, you can fit it anywhere. But then my husband explained to me, if something happens, if somebody drops something on the carrier is firm enough so it's gonna protect the cat. If the carrier is soft, then the cat might get hurt. Another thing is check your airline's requirements for the weight, because most of the airlines will accept only 8 kilograms of your cat and the carrier. So if your cat is like 7 kilos, you have only 1 kilo left for the carrier. That's another thing to consider. Another thing to talk about is cat's carry-on. So what did we actually pack with our cat? First of all, I put a pee pad into the carrier in case something happens, in case cat decides to pee, poop, do the things. And I also put an extra one in the carry-on. We also got some food, like dry and wet. Obviously, I put it just in a Ziploc, so I don't have to carry the whole bag with me. Don't forget to get those collapsible bowls, because like how else are you gonna feed your cat? They literally cost like, I don't know, $5 on Amazon, but I think you can also find those at like dollar stores and stuff. So collapsible bowls. Another thing that people forget is the wipes, because if something happens and your cat pees, you'll be ready to clean that up with the wet wipes. Another thing is a leash, just in case. I just put this on my cat's collar, so when we were passing through security, at least I had some kind of control, but our cat was okay, he was fine, so I didn't even need this. But you can also get those, puppy ones. I got this one even before flying. I was like, we're gonna walk the cat. But our cat is so scared that I just have this thingy. For my future dog, maybe, I don't know. We also took the litter box he had in Canada with us with some crystals, so we used like the silica litter. This way the cat is like, okay, I know where to pee, this is my, scent, it's all good. But you can always get a portable litter box, but we had no space because we were moving with like, I don't know, 6 suitcases. And getting a portable litter box with us just didn't make sense. We just got the regular one, and then when we moved to Portugal, we just took it from the suitcase, all good. And also don't forget about the paperwork and the cat passport if you have one, because in case someone asks you in Canada, in Portugal, in any other country, you have your papers ready saying, that's my cat, I didn't steal it, like I'm not planning to sell it or anything, so have the papers and the passports ready. Our experience was super smooth. The cat was like super calm because we got him meds, but we're gonna talk about that a bit later. So we passed the security, he was already like drugged a bit, and then it was only the flight remaining. And the flight was okay, he was sleeping, he didn't meow. I was like petting him through the hole because you're not allowed to open the carrier and let the cat escape. With dogs you can do that because obviously you cannot fit a dog carrier under your seat, but with the cat they were like, no, you cannot do that. So I had to, pet him like this and all. And here's some tips that you might want to follow if you're traveling with the cat. First of all, I've mentioned this before, check your airline's requirements for the carrier, for everything, because the worst thing is if you have a carrier and it's not accepted by the airline and you might need to get a new one. Check that in advance. The second thing, size matters. Honestly, check airlines requirements to make sure that your cat has enough space under the seat. Because as I've mentioned before, planes are different, companies are different. The sizes, like under the seat spaces, they all different. If you have a big cat, you might want to get a different airline, not like a low-cost one, so your cat fits under the seat. Unless you want to send them to the cargo with the dogs, but I don't think so. When you're ready, call the airline and buy a ticket for your cat. I'd say do it as soon as possible, because A, there's a limited number of spaces available for pets on board. So once you've bought your ticket, once you've decided on the carrier whatsoever, call the airline and be like, hey, I need to get a ticket for my cat. For us, we paid, I think, $100 with Air Canada one way, so they pretty much the same, because when I was doing my research, Air Transat, TAP Air, it was pretty much $100. Get your cat familiar with the carrier. I personally just left the carrier near the sofa in the living room, and the cat was pretty much okay with the carrier. He slept for the whole week in the carrier, but then when the day has come, he was like, where are you taking me, Miss Yulia? If you're not sure about your cat's behavior, talk to the vet. In our case, we have decided to get some sedatives for the cat because Mishka is literally scared of every single thing. When the neighbor walks up the stairs, he will be hiding under the sofa being like, I'm afraid, Mama, save me. So we have decided that it makes sense in our situation to give him meds so he's calm and everything is okay. But again, each and every cat is different, so talk to the vet, ask them. Maybe your cat is super chill about, like exploring, about like traveling, so you just might be okay without the meds. In our case, we had to give the drugs 2 hours before the flight. Then I think 30 minutes after they kicked in. So when we were passing the security, the cat was just like chilling, being like, okay, fine, whatever. If he wasn't drugged, he'd be like, anxious, like shaking, because in the airport there were so many people, new people, loud people, kids. He'll be like stressing out. I don't even know, like the level would be like through the roof. The meds were working for the whole flight, so the flight was like 6-7 hours, but by the end of it, he was like, started to move. He was like, I don't know what's going on, where am I? Like, started scratching the carrier, but he was all right, I would say. I think after we landed, till we got to the hotel, it was like an hour. He got out of the carrier, he was like, oh my God, freedom, and he was totally fine. The next thing, I would say, it depends on you and on your cat. I would say don't forget to feed your cat and give them some water, because they won't be able to eat for the next 6-7 hours. But the thing is, if you feed your cat, they might poop. I'm sorry if there are any sensitive people, but that's the thing. If you feed them and give them water, they might poop and pee during the flight. So again, you can talk to your vet and ask them about the best solution for your cat. But I think in our case, we gave Mishka food like 9-10 a.m. and the flight was like in the evening. So at least he had some food and he wasn't like, starving. Again, don't forget about the portable bowls, about the wet wipes, because wet wipes are a game changer, honestly. Also, if your cat is stressing out and they like start to, shed, you can like use the wet wipes. Again, depending on your cat. My cat doesn't like anything with the word wet next to it, so he would be like, eh, but he was sedated, so he was totally fine with the wet wipes. As I've mentioned before, many airlines will not let your cat go outside of the carrier, so you can just stick your hand and pet your cat. This way they'll feel that the mama is there, everything is okay, well, some weird noises are happening nearby, but the family is there, everything's gonna be okay. And book direct flights if possible. I mean, I don't know about you, but my cat would be like honestly dying from anxiety and stress if we had to go through Montreal, London, Lisbon, whatsoever, like the layovers. So we're looking for the perfect direct flight because it's faster, easier, and it's just less stress for everybody. And don't forget to update the microchip information once you come to a new country, because when I was at vet control in Lisbon, they told me, if your cat goes missing, we're gonna find them and we're gonna ship them back to Canada. So once you move to a new country, don't forget to visit your local vet, update the microchip information. This way, if your cat decides to go for a walk and somebody finds the cat, then they'll ship it back to you, not to your country of origin. And this is it for today. I hope the video was helpful. If you learned something new, support this video, support Miss Yulia. If you still have any questions about traveling with a cat, the comment section is yours, and I'll see you next week. Bye!